He was 16 years old when they took him the first time. He was riding his motorbike home on a road he knew well when a tunnel appeared that had never been there before. He rode into it, and when he came out the other side, he was no longer on Earth. What he found himself inside was something clinical and alien, something that looked like a medical room but felt like the inside of a nightmare. Towering humanoid figures stood around him, approximately 15 feet tall, pale-skinned and almost vampiric in appearance, human in shape, but wrong in every detail that mattered. Before he could speak or move, a tube was forced down his throat, and a substance was introduced into his body. That was the beginning. Over the next several decades, Russ Kellett would be taken more than 60 times, and each time he came back a little less certain about which reality was real. Kellett's story does not fit the familiar shape of alien encounter accounts. There are no brief, disorienting lights, no missing hours, no vague impressions of examination. What he describes is sustained, structured, and terrifying in its specificity. He claims he was recruited, transformed into what he calls a super soldier, and deployed into an intergalactic war between the pale humanoid beings who took him and a reptilian species he refers to as the Dragos, tall, scaled creatures with dragon-like features that he describes as powerful, hostile, and utterly without mercy. He describes fighting alongside his captors across environments that bore no resemblance to anything on Earth. Enclosed chambers with strange geometric designs, rooms structured like chessboards, open terrains under skies that belonged to no planet he could name. Some of these locations, he claims, mirrored real places, regions of Europe and South America, but distorted, as though viewed through the wrong end of something vast. Time did not behave in these places. Kellett insists that what felt like years of combat and experience would translate to only hours on Earth. Entire sequences of missions, battles, and interactions compressed into what appeared to any outside observer as a brief, unexplained absence. This distortion, he says, is why his memories are so fragmented, why the details slip away the moment he reaches for them. Central to his experiences is an object he returns to repeatedly in his accounts. A glass sphere, not symbolic, functional. A device, he says, allows instant traversal of space, time, and dimensions, making the conventional distance between worlds as irrelevant as the distance between two thoughts. But after every return, the memories were taken. He claims they were deliberately erased, each time leaving only fragments, fleeting images, physical sensations, the overwhelming knowledge that something significant had occurred without the ability to say precisely what. To hold on to what remained, he began drawing, creating visual records of the entities he encountered, the only evidence he could preserve against a process designed to leave none. The physical cost has been real, regardless of the cause. Chronic fatigue, symptoms consistent with post-traumatic stress, a hospitalization with no clear medical explanation, a body that carries the record of something his conscious mind can no longer fully access. For over 2 decades, Kellett has worked as a UFO investigator, studying sightings, collaborating with researchers, and attempting to approach from the outside the phenomenon he claims to have experienced from within. His most significant focus is the 1974 Berwyn Mountains incident in Wales, an event he calls the Welsh Roswell. According to his research, naval forces deployed powerful light-based devices in the Irish Sea to illuminate something beneath the surface. Aircraft circled above, coordinating the operation. 3 unidentified objects emerged from the water. 1 vanished. 1 crashed into the Berwyn Mountains. A 3rd was witnessed landing nearby by civilians, who then described seeing non-human entities escorted away by military personnel before being quickly removed from the scene themselves. The speed and precision of that operation, Kellett believes, suggests it was not the first time. That somewhere in the classified infrastructure of governments that publicly deny all of this, there is a protocol, a procedure, a drawer that gets opened when something comes down that was not supposed to. Whether Russ Kellett is a man who has genuinely lived inside a hidden war between species, or a man whose mind has constructed an extraordinary architecture around experiences that need a different explanation, the question his story leaves behind is the same either way. What if the reality we experience every day is only the surface, and what is underneath it has been fighting over us for a very long time?